This will be the most transparent video in the Forex industry. I'm going to show you guys how I made $63,000 in 24 hours. Not only will I be showing you how I did that with a trade breakdown, I will be showing you guys my TradeZella live journal. I will also be showing you guys a live withdrawal, and I will also be showing you guys how to change your life and how you can use trading to move to Dubai. What do I mean by that? You guys know I've had dreams of moving to Dubai for so long, but I didn't want to use my other income to move to Dubai. I let trading pay for it. I'm going to make this withdrawal, and instead of buying a Rolex that I was going to do, I'm going to buy the Rolex anyway. But with my trading profits, I'm going to show you guys every single step of me paying 1 year's rent in Dubai. And not me paying rent in a cheap area, no, prime locations, Boulevard, downtown Dubai, literally watching the fountain show in Dubai Mall from my window, from my balcony. I'm going to show you guys that this money lands in my bank account. I'm going to go to the bank account and ask them, where has this money come from? But still, there will be people who don't believe. This video will do one of two things: make you a believer, or two, make you realize that you're actually a hater. So let's get started. Let me show you every step of the way. So as we can see, Euro USD has been very bearish. Price was printing those lower highs and lower lows to the downside. This is on a weekly time frame, so we understand that we are looking for a pro trend trade, even if it's within a lower time frame execution. So we understand, okay, this now gives us confirmation that if we were to find a setup, we can hold this setup for quite long, because we understand that now we are in the premium region, which means what? Which means if we have a higher time frame narrative behind this 1 minute execution, it simply means that we can now look to hold this level to the next leg to the downside. And if we're speaking on a weekly perspective, if we have that higher time frame bias in mind, we understand that we can be in this move for a very long time, although we won't need to be, because the profits that we're going to be seeing will be enough for us to be grateful and take home. Hence the situation I'm in right now. So let me show you guys exactly what I did. So on the weekly, I identified those lower highs and lower lows. Let me drop to the daily to make sure everything is in line. We had an inducement of the structural high. So this now confirms to me that there were early sellers in the zone, probably selling from this level of supply right here, or even selling from this level of imbalance right here. And they were expecting price to give them confirmation and push to the downside from here. But instead, price used the liquidity from there, picked up stop losses from those early sellers, and now used that as fuel to continue to the downside. So as it's induced those highs, it's tapped into a more premium level of supply. And we understand that this is a valid level of supply. Why? Because this was simply the high that led to this low that caused this break of structure that is within an extreme. So this would have been my decisional area. This would have been an unmitigated zone. However, my rule is if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. So I would rather take a trade from an extreme zone than be caught up in the hype of what if I miss this trade. I won't let that FOMO get to me. Of course, I'm human. Sometimes I might have those mistakes. But in this scenario here, I said to myself, this looks way too easy for traders that trade imbalances and just supply levels. Trading is far more complex than that. So surely price can't just tap in here and respect it. Although in some cases it might. In this scenario, I just said to myself, the more probable thing for me for a long-term move to take place is that a structural inducement must happen for it to have enough fuel to make the move I'm expecting it to make. Okay, so that's on a daily perspective. So I understand that anywhere there is a range of consolidation, the high and the low of that range must be swept. So the high was not swept, the low was swept, which now gives me confirmation that the high is most likely going to be an area that will be targeted, and the push from London targeted those highs. Okay, we didn't find a trade in London, so we ended up looking for a trade within our New York timing instead. So 2 p.m. UK time is the time I like to trade New York session. So anything before that I will disregard, and I'll wait for a liquidity sweep within that. So let me just delete the zone over here. So here what I can see is clear as day a build up of liquidity on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so if we go to the 1 minute time frame, we can see a buildup of liquidity inviting those early premature buyers at this trend line here. So we have people stop losses here, here, and here. And to top it all off, we had an inducement of this high right here with a change of character that broke below this 1 minute structural point to the left. So now this gives me confirmation that whenever price pulls back in here, I'm going to take these sells. Okay, so in this scenario, I actually went up in time frame. I went up on a 2 minute time frame, I believe, and let me go to the 2 minute. Similar to the daily time frame scenario, the weekly time frame scenario where I said this looks too good to be true, I applied the same concept over here. Instead of taking the trade from this extreme zone of the 2 minute supply right here, instead I took it from the open. Okay, because on a lower time frame you're more prone to get a reaction from these zones, and a huge contributing factor as to why I took it from the open but put my stop loss above are two things. Number one, what makes a POI is drawing it from the top of a zone to the bottom of the zone, or the bottom of the zone to the top of a zone, depending on whether you're in a supply or a demand. Number two, in this scenario here, if I take it from the open and have my stops above the highs, it's only what, a 2.3 pip stop loss range. Why am I going to be greedy, put my stop loss above these highs, risk getting stopped out over what, 0.5 pips, when I have confidence that this is the move that's going to take place? So why I have a 1.3 pip stop loss and risk getting stopped out by the slightest wick, when you can just have a 2.3 pip stop loss in this scenario and feel confident that, okay, if this zone gets invalidated, even though you had your inducement liquidity sweep, you can just take it as a loss. Okay, you can just take it on the chin and keep it moving on to the next trade. So we took the trade right here and we had our stops above the POI. Simple, targeted those Asia lows. We had a level of equal lows that we targeted to, and our full TP was at this Asia low. Now in this scenario here, I decided to take full profit at the Asia low, and that made me around 7K or so, but I'll show you guys the TradeZilla right after. So in this scenario, beautiful. We had a beautiful inducement of the Asia low. We had a change of character that took out these equal lows too. So this was a structural point. And now if we take a look at the 5 minute, okay, this is interesting now. Interesting information. What has taken place on the 5 minute time frame? Price changed character to the downside, and price had also formed a 5 minute level of supply right here, which I marked out with this blue box right here. If I delete this old zone now, you can see this is the 5 minute overall level of supply. That's right here. So now price pulled back into this zone. Let's take a look now. Let's take our price range tool from the open to the high of that zone. Another 2.5 pip, 2.6 pip range. That region was beautiful for me. So I took the sell directly from there with what? With the high time frame narrative that, okay, we are about to make a new leg to the downside. So let me look for any sort of valid areas to capitalize on this trade from and hold it for a ridiculous risk to reward trade, because it aligns with the high time frame. Usually when I'm trading a 1 minute time frame, just for the 1 minute time frame, without any backing from the high time frame in terms of how long I should hold the trade for, I will just trade directly based off 1 minute levels of liquidity to take profit at. But in this scenario here, I actually had a high time frame bias supporting me in terms of, okay, you can hold the trade for this long. So in this scenario here, if we take a look, this was overall actually a 1 to 30 risk to reward ratio trade. Okay, but I didn't hold up until there. I just ended up closing volume here, and I'll tell you guys why in a moment. Okay, so now I held this trade for around a day. I held this trade for a day, and both trades were under 24 hours. So in this scenario here, this trade was beautifully moving to the downside. And then what do we have for our second entry on this trade? Let's take a look. Beautiful. We had an inducement of the Asia high. Okay, we had an inducement of the Asia high. And now if we go to the 1 minute, beautiful. So we had our unintentional move to the downside here, followed by not one, but two sweeps of liquidity right here. Now what confirms it is when we get our change of character. We got our change of character right here, and now we understand whenever price pulls back into this zone, we are going to take these sells. And now this actually lined up with high time frame. Once again, look at a 30-minute time frame and look at a 15-minute time frame. What does this line up with? It lines up with a 30-minute level of supply. And what did we identify from the zone? Now what I did in this scenario is very simple, guys. I simply understood that, okay, there's a level of 1 minute supply right here. I believe this is going to be absolutely invalidated. It looks too good to be true. And to the left of it, price was stopping here way too many times. It just didn't look clean. No clean price action. And also from here, I simply understood that, let me delete this zone. I simply understood that if I was to get my highlighter tool and mark out the structural highs, the lows, the highs, there was a sweep of this. There was a sweep of this structural level here, which means what? Price can easily pull back into a 1 minute supply here or a 1 minute supply over here. However, the same thing, guys, if you apply this rule of not being greedy, not being stingy, it will take you very far, trust me. If I mark out this overall zone with my price range tool from the low of the zone to the high of the zone, this is simply a 5.5 pip stop loss range. So I understood that, okay, I'm going to take the trade from here, from the high, from the region of the high that led to that low that caused this shift right here. But I'm going to cover the highs with my stop loss simply because it is a 30-minute zone. Now, this is how I like to use my lower time frame entries. without being delusional and understanding, okay, I'm in a high time frame zone as well. I can't just expect a 1 minute level to hold based off of this. Of course, I trade the 1 minute time frames with my chest with full confidence, but I understand higher time frame is going to take more precedence, and you have to be very, very good and very accurate with the 1 minute executions. So the way to be accurate with the 1 minute executions is by understanding, is this a pro trend trade? Is this a counter trend trade? Is this an internally opposite trade to what overall market structure is saying? In this scenario here, this was a pro trend trade. The price was bearish, so I was ready to go. So I took the second sell from here. So I actually didn't close at the Asia lows and the equal lows. I closed earlier simply because it was heading towards the end of the session and volume was dying down. And number two, I was at a wedding. And number three, I was up around $50,000 on this trade. So I understood. I'm extremely grateful. It's the end of the session. Momentum is dying down. I'm at a wedding. Let me just bank this, even though I know it's going to hit TP. I ended up taking profit at the 30-minute level of demand. Why? Because I simply didn't want to risk me losing out on the amount that I'm floating right now. And this is one important factor, guys. Guys, you have to pay yourself. You have to know how to pay yourself. Of course, you should hold your trades to full TP, volume, so on and so forth. But circumstances, you're up $50,000. Pay yourself, okay? This was also a level that led to this BOS right here. So I was wary. I was wary of this overall level, but I understood that price is magnetized towards this area. Why? It's a level of equal lows. There's also an Asian low lying there. So price will come for it eventually and tap into my overall high time frame zone right here, which I was looking to buy from, but I didn't because I made $50,000 for that day. So I was absolutely grateful. And I didn't want to trade my personal account until I get that payout. So overall, as you can see, I've missed out on these buys right here, but it is what it is. So that was a full trade breakdown for how I made $63,000 in 24 hours trading. So now let me show you guys the actual dashboard. So here we are. Let me refresh so you guys don't think it's fake. So this is my TradeZella dashboard. As you can see, it shows you the trades that I've taken. And you can see this was simply 24 hours. Monday was bank holiday. On Tuesday, we made 7.16K. As you can see right there. Okay, perfect. And on the Wednesday, we made $56.4 thousand. If you combine both of them together, it's a ridiculous amount of money. Beautiful. Okay. What's next? What's next? What's next is the live payout. Let's go to IC markets right now, right here. Okay, let's make that withdrawal. Okay, let's change the card details. Let me withdraw to this card. Okay, and I want to withdraw £50,000. Submit. Are you sure you would like to proceed with your withdrawal request? Okay. Kindly note, deposits made. Perfect. Thank you for successfully submitting your withdrawal request. We have sent you an email to confirm the transaction. Please check your email. Let's check the email. Withdrawal request received. Confirmation required. Perfect. Confirm withdrawal. Beautiful. As you can see, withdrawal is processing. I'm going to catch you guys once the money has landed in my bank account. Let's go. I want to ask whoever's at the cashier, can I please withdraw £50,000? Once they give me the cash and they're adding up the cash, I'm going to say, you know what? I don't want the cash no more. Is it possible I can just make a transfer? I'm just doing this to take the mic. I'm just showing you, this is physical cash, guys. When you're trading, have this mindset of, okay, this is real money that I can go and withdraw and physically see in my hand from the bank. I'm going to make a cash withdrawal just to show you ignorant people behind the screen who still don't believe. That's the only, and I'm going to tell them, you know what, I don't even want it. Put it back in the bank. Make a transfer. Make a digital transfer instead. I'm going to show you guys that trading can change your life, and trading can move you to Dubai the same way trading is moving me to Dubai. I'm not using any money from any of my other businesses to move to Dubai. Traded for 24 hours, and 24 hours of profit was enough to pay 1 year's rent for a 3-bedroom state-of-the-art apartment in downtown Dubai with a swimming pool in it, with a crazy cinema room in it, with a meeting room in it, with a pool table, you name it. It's a what? 5-7 minute walk to Dubai Mall at most. I'm on the boulevard, all the restaurants, the cafes are downstairs from my apartment. It doesn't get realer and more transparent than that, guys. I'd like to withdraw £50,000, please. Sorry? It's a check. Cash, that's okay. It should come up as IC markets. I'll be honest, I only withdrew this to make the most transparent Forex video known to mankind on the whole of YouTube. I don't know anybody who's done a trade breakdown, requested a live withdrawal in the trade breakdown, the money arriving, going to the bank, asking for cash, just for the sake of transparency. What's amazing about this is the fact that I can look at my IC Markets back office right here and see that the 50K withdrawal has been completed. I made some more withdrawals as well, but this is just a 50K right here, physical in front of me. And this is what it's all about, guys. This is why I withdrew these profits, and this is what £50,000 looks like. This is what £50,000 looks like, thanks to Euro USD. Now, with this money, I want you guys to come with me. We're gonna go look at a property in Dubai that I wanna move to. So right now I'm on my way to meet Alex. I think my car's coming as well, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for sure I'm going to meet Alex. We're gonna be viewing some apartments together, because I believe they're looking to move as well. And yeah, once we go and view these apartments, hopefully I can find something that I like. And yeah, to be honest with you, I'm just mainly looking for a place that I can design myself in terms of furniture, interior design, this, that, and the other. And a place that's got a nice gym. So if it has all three, I will definitely be interested. But I will still be exploring my options. So let's go and do that. This is number 2. I like the view here from this balcony more, I'll be real. But the only bad thing about this is the master bedroom in the other apartment was a lot better. This is a new apartment, by the way. Literally, like, there's so many people right now moving to outside. As you can see, it's good stuff. Still viewing, still viewing. Okay, it's a bit darker than that. Another bathroom, another bedroom, closet. Another bathroom there. This is the master bedroom. That's the only bad thing. Even though it's still good views, but it's quite small. Yeah.
Here we are. We have collected the keys for a brand new 3-bedroom apartment in downtown Dubai. And this is probably the most transparent Forex video known to mankind. I showed you guys a trade breakdown. I showed you guys a live withdrawal. I showed you guys it landing. I showed you guys cash. And now I've shown you guys payments to the landlord. And now I've shown you guys that I finally accepted the keys, that I finally picked up the keys, and I'm now ready to start my life in Dubai. So when you see me living in Dubai, don't think, oh yeah, courses is what got him to where he knows. I live my actual life through my trading profits. Course money is great, it allows me to do a bunch of extra cool stuff, but my day-to-day life is funded by my trading profits. I moved to Dubai with my trading profits. I will buy a Lamborghini or a supercar with my trading profits, and here I am, guys. If I can do this, so can you. I used to sleep on the floor, guys. I never had a bed in my life. The first bed I had was in my penthouse in Canary Wharf. So I went on and did that, and now I'm able to be in a 3-bedroom apartment in downtown Dubai, Boulevard, the heart of Dubai. Check this out. Okay, you step behind me here, you got the Burj Khalifa right there, okay? You got a fountain show. So I can literally step out of my balcony every single morning and watch the fountains dance to Michael Jackson, Billie Jean. Why? Because Euro USD paid for it. Wow. Alhamdulillah, man. It's always been a dream of mine from very, very, very young, guys. It's been a dream from young. Me and my entire family, before trading was even a thing, before I even knew anything about trading, my family's dream was to move to Dubai. And now I'm able to be the first person in my family to take that leap, even though I'm going to be alone, even though it will be lonely at times. There's no one to cook for me, I have to cook for myself and be responsible. I'm the first person in my family to take that leap. And now I'm able to facilitate an opening for the rest of my family that want to come here. You see, that's what you have to be, guys. You have to build yourself to be that trailblazer in your family, the one who sets the record straight, the one who breaks the generational curse of thinking academia will make a way out for you financially. No. What do I say this? I've mentioned this in the podcast before. I've mentioned this many times before. When you're taking a route of academia, don't expect to be making life-changing money. Why? Because they say knowledge not found in schools is the source of money not found in employment. So don't be achieving your degrees, waving it around. I've got nothing against university, by the way. Don't be waving around your degrees thinking, oh damn, snap, what's happening now? My financial situation is the same. If anything, it's worse because I'm in debt. Crazy. No, this is the life you chose. This is the life you chose. You wanted security. So that is what security got you. Security got you in debt, okay? Unless you're a doctor, lawyer, or whatever the case may be, something of actual utility, then it's worth it. But guys, this is amazing, man. This is absolutely amazing.